What's going on, everybody? Brett here, my YouTube channel Good Talk Gaming, and we are back in Battle Brothers, the Beast and Exploration DLC. Picking up where we left off last time. We had a bit of an episode last time. Now we're tracking down another demonic statuette. A bit ridiculous here. I think this is maybe the third time we've done this exact same quest. Apparently everyone in this land is devil worshipping, and we're helping them out, so I don't know what that makes us. Anyway, our ambition here is to win a battle against 12 or more enemies. Hopefully that's something we can knock out this episode. We're currently very close to engaging some raiders. I think they're right here if we unpause it. And we'll get 690 crowns on completion. Just a quick look at what we have going on here. Minor change. Decided to give this flail to Scaredy the Blind over the arming sword. Although the arming sword is a superior weapon in general against most enemies, the raiders oftentimes have guys who are not wearing helmets, and if we can get a lucky flail shot to the head on one of those dudes, it can just be an insta-kill. So I think I'm going to value that, and it adds a little bit of unique flavor to our front line. We have a lot of boar spears, which I think are very good because a lot of our brothers are very low in melee skill, and once you kind of equip them with crippling strikes, executioner, and eventually overwhelm, they're going to be very tanky, death by 1,000 cuts types of units, and they actually won't be bad, even with their low melee attack. But our better brothers here are definitely rocking our superior weaponry. I mean, for God's sakes, we have an early noble sword from that ridiculous two raider leader bandit dudes that we ended up taking down. And I think just a couple more raiders are not going to be any problem for us, so let's jump into this battle. The Red Legion here looking to help. I kind of want to let them, but I guess they're not going to make it in time. Yeah, it's a mix of thugs and raiders. Should be no problem. Yeah, and you'll see here just several dudes without helmets. And a few of them are raiders. Doesn't look like many of them are coming our way, but we want to prioritize the ones that have dangerous weapons and no shields. So the raiders all kind of have dangerous weapons, but these military picks are going to be pretty brutal against our brothers' armor. So we're going to try and take that out, as well as that hand axe I see. And we'll spear wall where appropriate. Ooh, that was a big shot. So pierced arm muscles and an injured shoulder. That dude is not going to be in Rush Hour 3. And there we go. He's gone. Let's see if we can clean up this entire top portion. That would be pretty sweet. That'll allow for our brothers up here to go ahead and wrap around and do some serious damage to these guys as we kind of trap them and beat them. So 38% chance. We'll take this. Even the tier 1 mining pit can be pretty dangerous. And we'll shield wall for the sake of applying these defensive buffs to all of our guys. Pass here with Hondo. Shield wall there. And we're looking good. 2 enemies down, and we have a very defensive formation. Yeah, I expected that. So he shield walled it in, bypassed our spear wall, and that allowed for the other brigand raider to go ahead and get in. We've got that thug up there bleeding, and they're attempting to bypass our defenses. This raider straight up killed himself, which is wonderful for us. And now I think we want to... would have been nice to land that shot. But I think you'll notice we're already landing the majority of our shots, and of course as I say that, we miss a ton of shots. Yeah, and we missed like all the shots. That was pretty unbelievable, but let's keep the train rolling here and get some of these kills. Step out, and we miss our lash, and we kill him. So this is more the speed we'll be taking up as we make it through this game a bit more. Whenever we have to fight low tier enemies, oh god, I tried to move him. Why did I do that? That was a mistake. But this is more the speed, because I was talking, that's why. This is more the speed we'll be employing as we fight easier enemies. Didn't need to take that shot there. Hopefully that does not come back to bite us. And we should be able to at least take this dude out before the battle even starts with him. And he has riposte up, which is nice. That takes one of his actions. And we honestly don't even have to take swings at him if we don't want to. We can just move our archers into position here. And I think if we're going to take a swing at him, we want to shield wall first. Yeah, there we go. Hondo, we'll just move him down. And we'll take the shots to make him tired. Hopefully we'll get a hit, and we do. And now he's retreating. And we should have him in just a moment. There we go. So easy fight, easy 700 crowns for us. We're going to pick up some of these weapons. Some of these weapons are good. A dagger is going to replace one of our crummy knives. And this is a slight upgrade over the nasal helmets that we have in our inventory. So we're happy to get those. We retrieve the demonic statuette, and we're going to go back to Ottendorf here in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and make sure we give Grimold a dagger. So that's an upgrade. And are we almost completely in padded? Yeah, we are. Wow, these are all... I wasn't aware that we had all of those. Excellent. So now we can start upgrading. Oh, we only needed one. Okay. So that was a bit of a milestone for us. A very tiny milestone, but one nonetheless. We're completely out of nasal helmets. So that's another step forward in our helmet progression. And are we I'm not going to check. I'm not going to stop the progress, guys. But I think we're nearly completely out of knives as well. We should be just about all the way into daggers. So we'll have a much better chance later on of surrounding and then piercing through that armor to try and get higher level armor off of enemies we may fight. Alright. Thank you for the gold, good sir. Anything cheap here that we want? We need food, so we'll buy some fish. I think we'll buy 2 fish. Yeah, that's 5 days worth. That's all we need. We'll sell off some of this stuff here. It's not the best place to sell, but we don't want to hold on to too much stuff. I think that's fine. We want to leave here. We just came from Schlamberg, so let's go to Brunenland. I love this this little country here, this province of Grimund. These little cities all being so close together makes excellent use of trade, and it also allows us to kind of bounce back and forth as needed to pick up good gear. So I think this is a great price, or an okay price here. Before we buy anything, we're going to do the quest to try and get them to like us more and potentially get some sort of benefit. But I would love to get a closed mail coif for some of our archers. Also, are we still using a round shield? We are. I don't know if it's worth it to spend over 300 for some kite shields, because they'll be like raining down upon us later on in the game. Honestly, we can sell the military pick. I think that's fine. This place has much better selling prices than the last place we were just at. And let's take this quest, take a look at it at least and see what it is. Okay, so another package. Yeah, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that at all. So what I'm going to end up doing now, I'm just going to pick this up. It's a great upgrade. It'll probably be with us for a long time. And who are we going to give it to? We're going to give it to Raymond. This used to be the best archer helmet, quote unquote, in the game. It doesn't reduce our vision at all. But I have seen the newer ones and they are much better. I think they're like 130s or something. So, but we'll pick this up. This will be good for the entirety of the early game. And now we can sell off one of the other ones. We'll sell off the broken one. And I think we're good to go. All of our dudes in the front line should be in basic mail at the least, and they certainly are. Just our back line that's still rocking some Lamellar. And that's fine. Yeah, we're gonna peace out from this place after we check out the market to see if we can get good prices here, and we cannot. We can get good prices on ammunition. So I think we'll just take that. And that's good. And we'll move down here to Stenwald and see if we can't get a contract that's not just like, hey, walk over here. Honestly, pretty boring. And I don't want you guys to get bored of these Let's Plays. Oh, Stenwald looks like a fort. Can we get quests here? We cannot. We're still locked out of these. Cultist Procession. Clad in muted colors, they ring bells and chant monotonous the name of Dovkul. What does that even mean? What are you guys doing over here? I think you desperately need my help, but you're not asking for it. I'm wondering if that affects like the type of characters that are in the... No, it doesn't seem to. Huh. Guys, I am super curious as to what that means. We don't have enough gold here to buy more dogs. I really wish we did, because I would honestly pick up like 2 more. Runner and Skull. Cat Chaser, that's a good name for a dog. We could always grab some unarmored ones and just look to grab armor later. What's it cost to get us to... Ooh, it's 200. I think we may have to. This place is pretty dried out for us, despite it being kind of an awesome place to fight. We could also just walk through the wilderness here, try and get down to Saxdorf. Potentially take a decent fight here, maybe even like an undead fight to give us our ambition. You know what, for 200 crowns, that's essentially like, that's more than a day's pay for us. And this is probably only like a day away worth of walking. So yeah, let's do that. Instead of going like negative trying to get to this place that honestly might not even be great for us, we can walk here, try and take a fight, make some money along the way, and arrive in Saxdorf in essentially the same amount of time. And Saxdorf looks to be a pretty decent town. So yeah, let's come out here. We're well provisioned. We have more than we need. Oh, what happened? So we lose our smoked ham, which puts us down 1 day lower in provisions. Oh, that sucks. We got maggots in our ham. Let's see if we can, maybe we'll find a new enemy. I have my fingers crossed, guys. I want to fight the Alps, despite the fact that they're probably a pretty dangerous enemy for us. I want to fight some more greenskins. Ooh, here we go. Ancient Outlook. And it looks like they just sent out part of their garrison. So, let's get in here. 7. Oh, and it's raiders again. But there's a decent polearm that we can get. And we have the ranged advantage, so they're forced to come down from this high ground position. Thankfully. Otherwise, this could be a pretty dangerous engagement for us if we had to go to them. The most scary people on this side of the battlefield are definitely the polearm wielding and the hammer wielding raiders. But these are very close, and we should be able to take them out. Not if we miss 253% chance shots, though. That's a big shot. And Bernfried is in a hole currently. Let's wait a second on Bernfried. We should be able to move him out once we're able to clear out some of these. We'll move in there and take a stab. There we go. So we got him pretty hurt. Grazed eye socket. Put our shields up because I'm expecting this big hammer to come in. Was really hoping to kill him this turn, but that's okay. And we've got him fleeing, which is essentially the same. I just wanted to clear some space for Burn Free to get out of that hole without having to worry about being slightly out of position. And there we go. And I will say the only reason we're shield walling here, especially down here, is because we don't want this hammer guy to jump in and take a big swing in this area. But he's going to die as he tries to retreat. Polearm's going to come in and take a shot, but we do have shield wall up. And we're doing fine. They have to come to us or run. Oh, that's kind of bull. We have so much kind of defense back here against ranged. See if we can kill the polearm wielding dude. Unfortunate misses. Very unfortunate misses. Super unfortunate misses. Wow. And he's running now, so if we want to get that polearm, we need to go and engage him, which is not something I wanted to do. We're also picking up another arming sword, which at the very least is valuable. We can certainly sell that for a profit. Move up, take a big swing. And if we move up here, yeah, we want to lock him down. He's fleeing. And we'll take a shot at his head. And we didn't get it. Let's just keep back. We'll move forward one here to cover our buddy Scaredy. And we can also move forward another one and put forth our spear wall. Very defensive. Yeah, he's going to try and move, and he's going to take some mace shots to the head. Little rally here doesn't do anything. I wanted to see if there was some kind of cool audio. If he like yelled freedom or something. We did kind of expose our back line to these javelins. Luckily that did not come back to bite us, but it certainly could have. Overwhelm going down on him. We're not going to be able to walk past him, so we need to just, we'll drop a dog down. It's a lot of misses from us. But we're still fine. Yeah, that sucked. Pierced chest, pierced cheek. That dude is not having any fun, and we fractured his elbow. And we'll move in here, that way we can still take a shot. And we're not going to be able to move past him. We need to kill him first to get to this guy. But we can move in here and lock them both down and kill him. Excellent. Wow. Death by a dog certainly took the fight out of this guy. I think if I watched my buddy get mauled to death by Braj, the war dog, I would probably think twice about what I was doing too. Yeah, we get a big crossbow shot, so now everyone's routing. We're feeling good. And we're just fighting nothing but raiders, which I hope isn't too boring for you guys to watch. Trust me, I want to fight the new stuff in the DLC. But at the very least, a way to look at it is we're getting very geared and very leveled before we fight them. Oh, wow. The Heraldric shoulder pads, I think these are the strongest ones I've seen. They're plus 40 durability. Oh, man. This is something we're going to hold on to until we get a really good set of armor. And then we're going to hook it up with plus 40 durability. I'm excited about that. We also got a free paint set, as well as just some pretty valuable weapons for us to sell. Yeah, that's a good haul, and almost a full stack of ammunition and enough tools to kind of cover our losses there. And enough food to kind of fill the gap that we just had from having all of our ham rot. So yeah, definitely worth it to walk as opposed to use the harbor. And the harbor, when I play, myself, the harbor is not really something that I make much use of. You certainly can, of course. There's nothing wrong with it, and sometimes it is the right thing to do. But if you have the option to fight, you should usually fight. Let's see if we can get on this mountaintop before nighttime. So I mean, we have some vision there. I was curious if there was something over here on the peninsula. Maybe there'll be something on the coast here. Honestly, a little bit shocked that there's not like a fortress or something there. Let's go ahead and head to Saxdorf. Try and pick up a decent contract for us. Okay, I've searched high and low for an answer, but it seems I will have to resort to steel. That would be your steel. Oh my god, it's this quest again with more witches. Oh man, we did this exact quest already. I want to fight the new enemy again. But for having done this already, and our only options are to accept it or to decline it. Honestly, right now I'm leaning towards declining it. So we could accept it, the witches come, and then if we remember from the previous episode, we get the option, honestly, to walk away and get some sort of like liquid buffs. But I think that'll lead towards us having a treacherous relationship with the town, which is not something we want. And it was kind of fun to fight the hags, but it was also very dangerous. A single hex, and a guy turns and he just like murders our entire company. And there's nothing we can do about it. Especially if we end up fighting them in the woods again. We were not able to get to the hag in time to kind of stop what they were doing. So I think we're gonna pass on this. It's too dangerous for where we are in the game right now. There's no reason to risk it. All we'll be losing is very expensive brothers that we've invested a lot in. And this is also not even a great town to sell, to buy anything. Tools are at 400, which is just awful. And even the beer is super expensive, so we can't rouse the men's spirits a little. Let's go to Strandeki. And maybe we'll strike out in the wilderness and hope to we can climb this mountain real quick. See if maybe there's something tucked in here. Nope. Okay. I want to fight Unhold. I want to fight direwolves to get crafting materials. And there's more witches here. Ambush trade routes. So they have a lot of problems. This might be a good place to quest. And look at the prices on these tools. 473. This is not the place to buy things. It's also not a good place to sell things. So we have enough food for 2 days. That's not a lot. We may have to buy some cheap grains. And I think that's fine. I don't think we overpaid much for that. What's beer looking like? 94. Jesus. Wait, we also should read this. Orcsbane Keep? Okay. Let's see what the quests are. It's west, and there's really not anything west but a little bit of land. Okay, the men here say they saw some oddities out in a spot by the name of Bleached Bones Tomb, just east of here. Naturally, they weren't out there for no reason. They were looking for something by the name of Staff of Foresight, a relic dear to the town. For through it we pray for food and shelter. Okay, so I'll take 200 crowns in advance. That sounds nice. Get us out of the kind of danger zone that we're not really in. We have 6 days worth of pay because all of our brothers are fishermen. But that brings us kind of out to where we want it to be anyway. However, they said there's a place called Orcsbane that was west of here. I'm wondering if it's down on this island or here, or if it's like way over here. I mean, this is a huge chunk of the landmass to not be anything, which kind of sucks. I wonder if we had gotten a different map seed if we would have gotten more landmass. But I have to imagine this entire section here is nothing but open land. But anyway, let's go here. This will almost certainly be like... Ooh, I'm honestly not sure. It'll be undead of some variety, almost certainly. Perhaps ancient auxiliaries, legionnaires, perhaps zombies and necromancers with some geist, perhaps. Our first look at the phantoms that can scare our men. But whatever the case, we do not want to go there at nighttime. That is for sure. Our armor is completely good. Okay, so we're certainly going to be fighting auxiliaries and legionaries here. And for those of you who want to read this, this is honestly, there's a bit of story here. So feel free to take a moment to read this, pause the video. This line here, the empire arises, the false king must die. It's kind of a common theme with them. It's almost like they're these fallen Roman legionnaires from a forgotten time and a forgotten empire. And it's like they see you as some sort of heir or some sort of promised king, something like that. I haven't read this in a while, but feel free to read this yourself. We'll have much more of these types of interactions with them over time. Many ancient auxiliaries, interesting. So these are the tier 1 guys. We're not too scared of them. And unfortunately, I was hoping to fight 12 of them to finish our ambition. That would have been pretty sweet. And we're just going to pass here. Let's let them move in. See how they move, and then we'll see what we need to do. A lot of them don't have any kind of armor at all, but the ones that do, we'll take shots at them. We'll break that armor, and then they're just dust. Honestly, some of them don't even have shields, so their shield wall won't be that strong. The trick to taking these guys down is to poke holes in their lines, because they, as you can see, they come forward in a straight line. When they get engaged, they use their shield walls, and they can be very difficult to take down thanks to their defensive bonus and the fact that they resist certain types of piercing weapons. You really need like bashing weapons to take them out effectively. Yeah, that didn't do anything. We're not messing around here. Let's switch to our pikes. We don't need to use our falcon. We see him. Dropping the spears. Getting out our standard. Kind of chilling, listening to the kind of drumming going on in the background. It's pretty intense. Okay. So now they move in, and we kind of strategically poke holes in their lines to prevent them from gaining defensive bonuses. Spear wall paying off. I think Grimold must have spear mastery because he was still able to use his spear wall buff to keep him out. Nice. We took a shot on him. We ruined his armor. $21.36. Yeah, we'll crush him. And you see now that we have this hole here, none of them will be giving each other these shield wall bonuses. Very important. Repop our spear wall. $62. Oh yeah, we'll take that. Ugh. And the bill hooks and pole arms, these are not bill hooks. These are the lowest tier of the pole arm variant. But they are normally very effective at taking out skeletons. You see there, that was a big shot. later on, they'll be able, hopefully, to one-shot them for us. They're not quite there yet. Nice. Arizal knocking out 2 of these bad boys for us. Come on. We need to get the surround off of him. So getting that kill would have been great. Also, this is kind of a cleaver style weapon. Let's drop a dog. And just one on this flank. It's really the only place I feel like it's safe enough for a dog to not get messed up. We don't want to drop a dog into the midst of this. Wow, we really want to take him out. That would have lessened the surround. Put Grimold in a lot less danger. And once we kill these, we can start rotating. So we really want to get them down. We're going to shield wall as soon as we get a chance to with Grimold. Yeah, I mean, this is dangerous. Okay, good. Start to move up. And Hondo's in a great spot because he can kind of reach out from the back lines and do damage. There we go. And let's drop another dog. There we go. Good job, Battle Brother. Yeah, if you missed 4 shots in a row, I was going to be pretty aggravated. You may have been sleeping on the couch. Okay. Just getting in slightly better positions here. I think, honestly, these 3 can handle it. Move Arizal a little bit closer to the fray. Same with Ragnar. And then maybe next turn we can look to take out these pretty weak skeleton boys. Yeah, shield wall hopefully will save us. Okay, good. Spreading the damage out a little bit. That's exactly what we wanted. And we'll go for the easy shot on the one that does not have a shield. We should be able to take it down. At the very least, we're getting a bit of a surround here, so that our chances to hit are much higher. Man, you missed 4 out of 5 shots, Scaredy. Okay, Hondo not going to be able to finish them. Alright, buddy, just hold on one more turn, Grimold. We've got you. And we will certainly drop a dog here. Just give him more things to swing at. Wow, we got the kill. Excellent. Hondo can move back down here. And we should be able to take a swing there. Yeah, Grimold, you don't need to be going to combat. Battle Brother makes it in. Don't hurt me. Alright, just a little bit of damage there. No big deal. Come on. Just trying to get in at this point. That dog jumped exactly where we were going to put Hondo, which was unfortunate, but should still be no problem. We're not sending Grimold in. That would just be borderline suicide. And there we go. I think that's Battle Brother got the last hit for us. I think that takes some of our experience, but we're still going to get a level up here on Hungry 2-timer. We pick up a Signet Ring and some gold. These are kind of worth the same, so that's a nice pickup. These helmets aren't bad if you can get them early, but we did not get them early, so we're just going to sell all that junk. Make a nice little profit. Yeah, take a second to read this. Okay. And I think we'll take a second here to explore down south. I was hoping to find some kind of ruins or something. We don't want to waste too much time because the clock is ticking on our provisions and our crowns. But we might go in search. We still have plenty of time today for this episode. We might go in search of that rare armor. But to be honest, it could be on this island. It could be anywhere west. West is not a specific location. And they now have high spirits here. And the potential for another quest if we want. The ale is a bit cheaper. Okay. The same witch's quest again. Yeah, I'm not that interested in fighting the witches. It gave us a lot of crowns last time and some unique crafting items. Alright, we'll take this fight. I was a little bit worried because it looked like we might engage this group right outside of their fortress, and then their fortress would have been drawn into the fight. Yeah, might call this episode Raiders Unlimited. Because that seems to be all we can find. And even with his buckler shield, he's still the best target, so we'll take a shot at him. .41, 46. Yep. I want to get some kills here, guys, before they engage. Really doesn't matter who they are that we kill. We want to obviously prioritize the most dangerous weapons. But sometimes just getting a kill is important as well. Starting the morale train. Also picking off the wings. Instead of being able to engage on Grimald with 3 of their guys, they now can only do it with 2. And that just puts the odds pretty squarely in our favor. And what do we have here? Let's take out the thug. We clear the center, and now our center can move out to either side. And we'll shield wall here to help Grimald make his shield wall better. Really don't want them to get high ground on us, but I don't want to leave a gap here where Edgel can get hurt. But we will certainly spear wall. Let's see how they move in. Yeah, he jumped in the bush. He doesn't have enough action points to take a shot, which is great for us. And we'll take another shot at this raider. Yeah, I was hoping for some injuries, and we got him. I was really hoping for a nice shot there. Pierce his mail, perhaps do some good damage. There we go. Okay. If we take 2 steps out, we can't swing anyway. So let's just chill out for a second. We'll spear wall here, and now we have a nice little area denial. If we step up here, we're keeping this raider away from our archer. And I think we need to do that. And we'll just shield wall. Yeah, now if they want to come in, they got to make it past a Spearmaster. Wow, and he just straight up cuts him down. Love it. Yeah, I think it's safe to move out with Hondo. And it's also now safe to move in on this dude. We can get a bit of a 3v1. We can bring up an archer. Move forward with our spear wall to help cover Hondo. But yeah, I figured he would just take a swing at him. He's not shielded. And we'll take shots at the guy who hasn't gone yet. Yeah. And this is what we expected. It's why we didn't want to leave this gap. But we should be able to just cut him down. We want to use a dog. Let's not. That would have been a beautiful time to land that shot, buddy. We grazed his neck and we pierced his side. So all of our injuries that we have with crippling strikes and things are now coming into play for us. When your entire army has crippling strikes and executioner, it's very hard for the enemy to escape the first opening few turns without having themselves injured and then receiving a 20% damage bonus from all sources. That's just not something you can beat. Yeah, and he's already out of breath. You haven't even done anything, man. This is all good. He's going to try and run and get killed. And thanks to him having already reloaded his crossbow, we can take that kind of movement and still take a shot. Unfortunately, we missed it. Point blank. Ooh. Okay. Takes a shot at our sergeant, but we are good to go. So many injuries on him when we killed him. There we go. We took him down, and we're going to get that. That's an upgrade over some of our polearms that we're currently using. So we're happy to have that. And there we go. So an easy raider fight. More levels. I think we forgot to level up someone before the fight, but that's okay. So we're going to pick up another pike. Just a bit of gold here and some stuff we can sell. And we can take this fight. Ruins. Oh, this is the ruins of Orcbane's Keep. So I was hoping, honestly, to fight orcs, but I think we're just going to end up fighting more raiders. Would be really cool if we could pull in the first Sudfest company. I'm honestly expecting there to be a brigand leader here. And while I'm very confident in our abilities and the fact that we just kind of murdered that entire group there without taking much damage, we do still have a little bit of damage to our armor and things, which I wish we didn't going into this fight. Let's see. Greenphobe has 51 melee attack and okay fatigue. Bad Eyes might be the one. Yeah, we're going to give this to Bad Eyes. He has slightly higher melee skill, but also his fatigue can handle the slightly better weapon. Yeah, it's 2 more fatigue from the pike as opposed to the hooked blade. But we're almost completely out of tier 1 polearms too. So more and more upgrades going our way here. Got to love it. Yeah, and they both have the padded dented nasal helms, so we don't need that necessarily. Let's order this a bit better so we can see. I think we're in all of our best gear. And we should be good to go. The only thing I'm worried about here is Grimold, honestly. Him being out on the flanks like that. So I think we're going to switch him with Burnfree the Solid. And I think that's fine. We don't need to switch up the dog or anything like that. We just want him tucked in the center where he can get a bit of overwatch protection from Hondo and our crossbowmen. And Burnfree having almost 100 health, for God's sakes. He should be fine on our outside position. So here we leveled up Hungry Two-Timer. He is not a great character, but we want to get both of these on him. We want to get Spear Mastery and we want to get Overwhelm. And once we get that, everything else is pretty much just whatever. We can get Steel Brow to help him survive. I think we're going to go with Crippling Strikes here. I honestly don't believe if he makes it into the late game, he'll ever be anything but a shield bro. His stats are just so low. Yeah, we're not even getting good rolls, which is unfortunate, but we can increase his fatigue, which he needs. We'll take a 4 in his range defense, just to get that up there, and I think we'll take a 2 in his melee defense as well, and call that good. That's honestly not that bad. He needs to get up to about 60 melee attack. This could be a pretty crucial level for us here as well. We'll take a 3 there. We'll take a 4 here in Resolve. And his fatigue is very low. Yeah, I think we just take a 2. It's not going to get any better from this point. If we Brawny, that should relieve some of the stress from that. But we don't have like any of these. We switched him out kind of late, what we wanted Greenphobe to become. So we took Colossus. I would not have taken Colossus had I envisioned him in the backline early on. Dodge is still fine because he has 3 stars in initiative. And that gives him a lot more melee defense and range defense as the battles go on. So Brawny's a good choice here to kind of deal with some of his fatigue issues. Overwhelm would be nice to finally get on some people. Quick Hands also to help him switch out. And then Fast Adaptation and Bullseye just to help with our general ability to hit stuff. But I think we're going to go with more Crippling Strikes. Let's just look to injure the heck out of everyone we fight. That's an ability we want on pretty much everyone. And here, do we camp for a second? I think we do. And you'll see there we repair a bit. Let's check it out. So yeah, so we healed up Grimold. His armor got repaired a bit. And I'm feeling much better about going into here. Let's save the game. Once again, not looking to cheese, but if there's an option for us to get some kind of early game legendary, I would love to get it. It said treasure. I don't know if that necessarily means we'll have the option to get some kind of legendary weapon or something. But here, this will fulfill our ambition. So this is perfect. It looks like a lot of armored zombies, which sucks, and our first Geist. So that's something. We're going to be relying on Arazil to use Rally, and for our battle standard to come out pretty soon here to increase our morale and our resolve to keep our brothers in the fight. And this is a perfect Falcon use here. So we'll check this out. And we're just fighting Geists and armored Weirder Gangers. So this shouldn't be that difficult for us. If we can focus down the Geists early, we can prevent them from routing us. Is there no one else? No. It's a small battlefield. We'll just wait turn. So our chance to hit the Geists with range weaponry is super low. It's like 5%. I've seen other YouTubers comment that they feel like there's some sort of like hidden accuracy boost perhaps that allows us to hit it more often than 5%. I think if we took every single one of our range shots at one of them on the first go round, we would probably get it. You only need one hit to kill a Geist in melee or ranged, but they have super high evasion and it's not easy to do. Also, all of our crippling that we just applied to our brothers is not super effective against zombies, which is worth noting. That may have been a premature spear wall. I'm not sure we need to do that. I don't think they have initiative over us next turn. And honestly, so here's a bit of strategy for you guys. So we have the same exact percentage on both of these shots, but if we want to take one, we want to take it into the one that's surrounded by a bunch of other guys. That way if we miss, we still have a decent chance of hitting someone else. It's not always relevant, but when it is, you'll feel pretty smart for having taken that shot. So the Geists are hanging back. That's interesting. Overwhelm going down. I think as long as we don't miss a ton of our shots, this should be a pretty easy fight for us. There we go, one down. Would expect it to come back to life, honestly, but it should do so with no armor, which makes it much less of a threat. That means the odds of us being able to take it down as soon as it respawns are pretty high. Spear wall is up. Should do a lot of work against these enemies. We just want to make sure we're managing our fatigue. And now the Geists are coming in, and they're going to start doing their fear bombs. And as long as Irisel doesn't rout, we should be fine. Although this is kind of scary times for us. Yeah, we'll take that hit there. So here they come. Yeah, they lowered our resolve there. Honestly, whenever we get to Ragnar here, we should probably whip out our banner. So 5% chance shot, you'll see. Yeah, we missed, but we still hit, and we applied overwhelm to a lot of enemies. So we can rally here, which we did, and hope to encourage our brothers to stay in the fight. So here we go. Ragnar also has quick hands, so that doesn't cost us all of our action points to do. And if they move in and manage to get in there, we'll still have the ability to take a swing. Yeah, we'll shoot at these Geists. If we hit them, great. If we miss, there's a good chance of hitting someone else. There we go. Keep the numbers manageable. Keep the spear wall up. And keep the resolve high. Our sergeant's down here, our banner's up here. We should be very well covered against the resolve checks. This is a beautiful thing, watching a spear wall work the way it's intended. Honestly, we probably should have stepped down and took that shot. They don't tend, if I remember right, they don't really come into melee range. They just kind of sit one away and scream at you to try and break your front lines. Man, we could step up and take a big swing, but that does leave us pretty exposed. I think we just need to cross our fingers. I think if we survive one more turn without getting fear blasted. Yeah, and there we go. So only Grimold. Yeah, Grimold and Hungry were the only ones that were really affected. Good shot. Alright, that was pretty good too. Applying overwhelm to lots of enemies. And getting the kills also will boost our resolve. So yet another reason to kind of focus down the zombies. That sucked. Come on, Hondo, buddy. We need you. You gotta love like the meaty impact sounds. Yeah, we'll take that shot and we'll take that one. Yeah, still looking to hit someone. Stepping in on the wrong guys. Okay, we have... They're all like near death. We might be able to take them out. So let's come down here. Yes, one guy's down, and that increases our resolve. And we'll move in here just to be closer to our brother. Protect ourselves. We could move in here and try and take another shot, but Hungry is also in danger of routing. So we're gonna use his shield wall here. Try and keep him protected. Nice. Good shot from Ragnar. And we are playing this very carefully, guys. I have had these fights, these specific types of fights, go very wrong for me in the past. And you'll see here, even with two of them still alive, they're able to nearly fear rout some of our brothers. Even our sergeant. If Urusel bolts, we could be in very bad shape. Yeah, that sucked as well. We need to get these kills for our morale. We need to get them to lessen the DPS that they can do. Yeah, there we go. Nice morale boost. And we just have to kind of clear the way to these Geists. They're all taking shots at Lance. It hurt me so much in the last episode to not be able to get that long sword for him. That would have been pretty cool. It just didn't drop. Just a matter of luck. Good job, Edgel. Edgel's up there making plays. Unfortunately, Burnfried is kind of exhausted. So here's our chance. We're going to step forward with Hungry. Oh, and we miss. That's brutal. But we're still okay. If he routs, it actually won't be that big of a problem because there aren't many zombies around to take advantage of it. The problem comes when you rout in the front lines and you try and run away from there and there's nowhere to go. And instead of attacking, you just keep trying to jump away and the zombies in the front lines just tear you apart. So another Fear Blast here. And we'll rally, and we'll bring them back in line. So good work there, Sergeant. And we're missing all of our shots, unfortunate. That was good, and what we needed. And I think now we can drop a dog. The dog will probably get that kill. And he is out of ammunition, but this is why we bring an extra quiver here. And we'll take that shot. Move in and try and hit the Geist. Let's just pull out our pike. Which I know that sounds like a euphemism, but I can guarantee you it's not. We actually have pikes, and we're trying to pull them out. And there we go. No more defenses for them. One more down. And we're doing it. Can you switch? You can. Okay. Might as well. Wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if a few of these zombies came back again and knocked us around. So it'll be good to have our melee weapons out. Wow, and the dog just straight up wrecks it. Battle Brother. Battle Brother's the true MVP of this entire army. I think we all know that. And we got 3 more levels. Hondo, Edgel, and Scaredy. Nice. And I think this is the treasure. So no unique weapons or armor, but a golden chalice and an ornate tome in the right town. This is a lot of gold. And the kettle hat is an upgrade for someone. And a Scramasax, which is a decent early game cleaver. I think we're kind of outpaced that. Or we have kind of outpaced that already. So no real reason to pick that up. And did Saxdorf love us? Okay, I don't want to fight more undead at the moment. It's basically the exact same group. Alright. We finished our ambition, so we're going to get another one. We gained even more renown. Our boys get even more eager to fight. We can check our factions and relations tab to see that we are now reputable. 1737. I'm not sure really, honestly, how much more reputable we need to be in order to start taking some of the missions from the higher tier garrisons. But we've got to be pretty dang close. And what are the prices like here? Bad. Bad prices. So we'll pick up some food because we need that to live. So you'll see here, I mean, that fight was very worth it for us. 500, 800, and this is in a horrible place. We'll probably get 1,000 for this, and something like 600, 700 for this. So, yeah. That was super worth it. And we're going to come out of this with just a lot of gold. So let's get 4 days worth of provisions. I don't like to be without that. We'll organize here, and you'll see here we also have the signet ring, which we've been holding on to. Yeah, we can sell off a lot of stuff. So let's, before we forget, and before we end the video, because we are kind of running out of time today, who has the best fatigue in the front line? Burnfried is solid, as we have named him. Lance, let's give Lance the kettle hat. Right now he's got 110. This is going to put him up to 115, which is a fine upgrade. And what else did we get? I thought we got something else to equip. Or am I just imagining things? Yeah, I think that's it for now. I think we've equipped everything. But let's go ahead and level Hondo. We'll take a 3, no doubt, and a 3 there as well. And a 4 in his resolve would be nice. And I think we take that. If he's going to be our lone wolf, he needs to have around 50 resolve to make sure that he doesn't get into melee and then rout. We could get him battle forged right now, which would be really strong. But berserk. Okay, anytime he kills, he gets more action points. That's something that we want absolutely. So we're going to take that. So we have our first berserk character, which feels good. And Edgel here, come on, buddy. Big rolls. A 4. Yeah, so now we've got him into the 70s. And the range skill, which is excellent for him. He needs a little help in fatigue, and he also could use a little help in morale, in resolve rather. Those words are pretty interchangeable, so if I say the wrong thing, guys, don't get aggravated. Morale, resolve, they're pretty interchangeable words. I hope you know what I'm talking about. And overwhelm here is great on archer characters because they get a chance to shoot twice. You shoot into large blobs. Even if you miss, you end up applying these debuffs to multiple enemies. And it can be pretty overwhelming. And then we'll also get Berserk on them. We'll get Berserk on every one of our ranged units. And as the enemies approach, we'll get kills. We'll increase our action points. We'll take more shots. We'll get more kills. And it's going to be brutal. Especially if we get, not Killing Frenzy, Fearsome. So whenever you, let's see, is this what I'm thinking of? Yeah, we'll get Fearsome. It'll apply morale checks. So against any kind of human, orc, beast character, we're going to be getting ridiculous amounts of kills, inflicting lots of damage, and then we'll just end up routing entire front lines. That's kind of my vision for this playthrough. So Scaredy has an opportunity to not be a spear bro, but he will certainly be a shield bro, that's for sure. So let's see what kind of rolls he gets. Very good, and very good. Yeah, that was all good stuff. Very good rolls for us there. And I think here we go for Crippling Strikes as well as Executioner once again. We want Battle Forged to increase our buffs from our armor, but we're not in like the 200 armors range yet, so that's not as necessary. We already have Brawny. Our fatigue is looking great. Right now we just want to boost our damage, boost our overall team synergy with this Crippling Strikes Executioner build, and call that good. And now, before we leave today, guys, I would like to... What is this? Where do you want me to go? I think he just wants me to go back down to here. And we'll take that. We'll take that contract. We'll go there. Let's go. Probably won't encounter anyone. We're basically just getting paid to move. Hopefully this place, I don't remember honestly from like 20 minutes ago if they are friendly to us enough that we're going to get good prices. And of course we're getting there at night. But we may take the harbor. They have some quests for us. Ooh. Seeing things about nightmares makes me think that we might be able to fight Alps here. Oh, it's people drawing scary stuff. Oh, and this is big money. I think for sure we're going to end up fighting Alps. I accept your offer. In the nightmares, yes. Could just honestly also be gills. Oh, not gills, ghouls rather. Terrifying nightmares. We'll pay for some drinks and see if we can't even further increase the morale of our guys. Should have taken a second to read there, which I did not. Okay, just telling us about some ruins. And I'm not sure... I think we're going to call it here, guys. I'm not sure if some enemies are going to come to us in like a couple seconds and like ambush us and then we need to fight. So I'm going to call it here. This is well over an hour again, so a nice solid episode for you. Look forward to the next episode. I'm almost positive we're going to be fighting a new enemy, a new beast. And for those of you who are following along, it'll be the first time you get to see them, the first time I get to see them. And who knows, you might end up watching me lose some brothers, lose some dogs perhaps. And it could be a good time. Maybe we'll pick up some new crafting items or some new legit gear. Either way, I'll be excited to do it. Once again, guys, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. I know that there are a lot of you out there enjoying the series. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing it. I'm getting kind of like a subscription a day now, and I'm starting to get very hyped to wake up in the morning and make these videos. I'm not a greedy guy. If I get a subscription a day, I am a happy camper. So yeah, please consider doing that. Like the video if you did enjoy it. That lets me know that I'm doing a good job. And if you do subscribe, leave a comment. It doesn't have to be about anything in particular. Just let me know who you are. That way we can talk in the future. And if you're a new subscriber, guys, I still have lots of open names for people. Hondo is a named character. Aerozel is a named character. And so is Lance. And they're three of our coolest guys in the entire group here. And if you want a chance to maybe take Burnfried, our straight up tank, or if you want to claim Raymond, one of our early game companions, who's going to be a deadly archer into the late game, if you have ideas for good names for them and you're a subscriber and you want to give me that, please feel free. I'd be happy to put that into the game on the next episode. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Take care.